everybody, I'm John Bollinger with PremierGuitar.com, and today I'm doing a demo on the Distillery, brought to you by ToneConcepts. The Distillery is basically a clean preamp boost, but it has some unique tone shaping options. It's made for pushing your amp into overdrive while keeping the characteristics of your guitar, but it also has some tone options that can kind of give you a humbuckery sound from single coils or vice versa. Before I go any further into the Distillery, let me tell you about everything else in the chain. We'll start with my guitar. This is a 1967 Telecaster Custom with a rosewood neck. It's been changed a bit over the years. This is a DiMarzio pickup. The neck is stock. It's got a brass nut, brass saddles, and a very old B-bender. I've got clear tone strings on it, and I'm going into a DiMarzio cable, which runs straight into the Distillery. The Distillery is then going to a Valve Train 1416 amp. I've got the master volume down to 4 and the normal volume up to about 8.5. So it's almost on the brink of breaking up, but not quite. And we're miking it with a good old tried and true Shure SM57. Here's what it sounds like with the Distillery off. The Distillery is a little bit complex. It has 2 switches and 5 knobs. When the Distillery is on, the secondary part of the pedal becomes active as well, or can become active if you turn it on or off. This is the shape, which is more tone shaping. The contour knob allows more high frequencies to pass through as you turn it clockwise. The edge adds sparkle and kind of a pointy midsection to the contour knob. It's a bit like this. Here it is without it. Here it is with it on. Hear that? You can hear that? It's almost like a filter. Cool, it's almost kind of a wah kind of vibe right there. Next we have the boost part of the Distillery. It has an on-off switch and a boost knob. Right here. This can go up to 20 dB. And as you can see, it gives you a little more grit as it goes. But it does bring out some cool kind of rock and roll edgy characteristics of a tube amp. Next we have the bleed. Now the bleed is basically tone shaping. They say that it's equivalent of the high end that you lose as you turn down the volume of your guitar, but it's basically tone. Finally, we have guts. Now, guts is an extra stage gain. Turn it clockwise to add punch and more sustain to your signal. turn everything up and see what happens. Now let's try it with the guts and bleed way down. Thanks so much for joining us today as we take a look at the Distillery by ToneConcepts. Make sure you go to premierguitar.com to read the review. Also, go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, and we will keep you up to date on all the amazing gear that's out there. Thanks very much.